So Kosas launched a full brow collection. I have all the products here to try with you. It's launching today. When this is uploaded, it will be yesterday. It's on the Kosas website, Credo Beauty, and also on Sephora. I have been testing these for the past couple days. I don't love doing first impressions. I feel like they're not as helpful to you as a viewer. So I really want to get a feel for these products. We have a brow pencil, and then we have a tinted brow gel along with a clear one in the middle there. First off, this packaging is super cute. My eyeshadow is basically the same color as this packaging, which was not intentional. Probably subconscious though, because I might have seen these and like, what color should I do? Purple. Brow pencil, brow gel. As I was saying, the packaging reminds me of like early 2000s school supplies a little bit. You know, like those pencils that had this translucent sort of packaging. Really cute. I mean, some of the prettiest packaging I've ever seen for a brow product for sure. But I'm gonna stop yabbing and get into it. Before we start, if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful at any point, which I hope you do. And let's get started with the brow pencil. First off, this is called their Brow Pop Dual Action Defining Pencil. Very cute. I have two shades. I have taupe and soft brown. So you do get a spoolie on one side, which is nice and really necessary for a brow pencil. And then on the other side is where the tip is, which is this triangular shape. When I first saw this, I was like, oh no, because I have never tried a brow pencil that is this shape that I like, because I find them to be too thick and not as precise. But they've surprised me a little bit. So this is described as a dual action micro triangle pencil that lets you wear your brows however you feel it, both filling in sparse brows and creating precise hair-like strokes with color that stays put. So it does have that little triangular tip, but as it mentions in the description, is very micro. And this has castor oil and provitamin B5, so some good ingredients for your brows as well. So here's the little spoolie side. And then, since I've been using this, the tip has rounded off, but it's usually sharper. You can still kind of see that it's got that triangular look to it. These are $22, and I'm going to be using the shade Taupe today. I swatched both on my hand here. This one on the bottom is soft brown, and then the one on the top is taupe. They're very similar in sort of depth, but the soft brown does have more warmth to it. I really like the taupe shade. I feel like sometimes brands don't nail a good taupe shade, but I'm really impressed with this one. It is a stiffer formula upon like first swatching on your hand. Also made me a little bit scared, but I feel like it feels a lot smoother on your brows, and I don't really feel like I have to push very hard to get color payoff. So let's get started with putting this in my brows, because it definitely feels weird to not have brows on currently. I don't have a lot of brows to begin with, so my preference for brow products is something that's easy, because I don't enjoy doing my brows that much either. Something that can fill in a good amount of my brows and stay put and not smudge. So far I've actually been really impressed with this. I've said multiple times before, one thing that I don't usually splurge on is a brow pencil, because there's so many amazing ones at the drugstore, like the NYX Micro Brow, but I haven't tried anything that's this shape from the drugstore that I like. So this might be kind of like the changing moment for me to actually get a more expensive brow pencil. But I think I'm gonna start on this brow over here, my left one. I feel like you should be zoomed in more. I don't have a super specific technique when filling my brows, so I'm just gonna start filling them in. I usually just like to brush them up, and then I start on the bottom part of my brow. Wow, that is rolled up too much. I know they say you shouldn't start at the front of your brow, but I always find myself starting there as like a guideline. Once I sort of draw like a bottom line, I like to soften it, and then I turn the pencil vertically, and that's going to give you some more hair-like strokes. And then turning the pencil back on its side to get the top portion of my brow filled in. So that, I feel like, is almost a finished brow for me, which was really quick. It usually takes me much longer to get this amount of sort of color into my brows with a thinner pencil. And I feel like it's such a weird formula, because it feels so stiff on your hand, but I feel like once it's in your brows, it really works a lot smoother, and I've just really been enjoying this, honestly. I could probably get even more precise and do some more hair-like strokes, but I'm gonna leave it like this because I feel like this is pretty good for now. We might go back, but let me finish this right eyebrow and then we'll move on to the eyebrow gels. It's doing the same technique over here by just starting by doing an underline and then filling in upwards. My tip is that if you do like to draw a line sort of like I do under your brow or above your brow, just pick one of those areas. Don't do both because that's when it will kind of look like blocky. I know mine is kind of a little blocky looking right there, but just like be a little more natural on whatever side you didn't draw the line on. I feel like that helps balance things out. So on the daily basis, this is about where I would leave my brows off. I feel like they're filled in. I don't fuss with them too much. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna go in and just fill in even more in the sparse areas, and then that will be that for this pencil. I also wanted to mention that this is really nice for the tails of your brows. Something about the triangular shape makes it really perfect for like tapering the ends off and not having them look like super drawn on. So far, I really enjoy this brow pencil. I'm not sure if I would repurchase it. I feel like I need to keep testing it and comparing it to my favorite, which is the NYX Micro Brow, which is about $12 cheaper. So I don't know, I really enjoy it. If you wanted something this shape, I think you wouldn't regret purchasing it, but I'm not like blown away. I mean, it's an eyebrow pencil, like how good can we get? But I am reaching for this over any of my other brow pencils right now. I like the shape of it, how easy it is to fill in. It's really creamy and smooth and doesn't smudge, and I feel like it's a really solid brow product that I'm pretty excited about. Honestly, Kosas is usually hit or miss for me, and that so far seems to be a hit. The only thing I want to comment on is the soft brown shade. When I opened it and twisted it up, part of the tip broke off, which kind of sucks. It wasn't a ton, but it does seem maybe like a little bit more of a brittle formula. So if you do purchase this, kind of just be careful and mindful of that. Next we have the Air Brow, which is the Tinted Voluminizing Treatment Gel, also $22. Described as a clean tinted moussey gel for airy feathery brows, boosted by hair care actives that condition and support full brow health. That's kind of Kosas' thing. All of their products are infused with like skincare products, or in this case the brow products have hair care ingredients for your eyebrow hairs. Okay, so some of the ingredients are biodegradable plant-based microfibers. So they boost brow volume and fullness, castor oil, the B5 again, and some tripeptides. I have two shades again, taupe and soft brown. I did not notice this when I was applying these or looking at them, but I took a picture of them in the sunlight today, and they have a little bit of shimmer through them, which is pretty normal in an eyebrow tinted gel product. I remember like the Anastasia one was super shimmery. These are pretty subtle. I don't notice it all in my brows, so I don't think it would really be an issue. But if you like totally don't like any shimmer in your brow product, obviously these are gonna be a no-go for you. Packaging again is super cute, translucent, and it has a twist off top. The applicator is pretty small and precise. Here's the shade taupe, and then the soft brown version of this again is warmer than the taupe one. There's soft brown there. So these did say that they had microfibers in them. I don't notice them being super fibery. Personally, I don't like any sort of like fiber in my brow gels. I feel like they just like flake off or look really weird. So I'm gonna show you this brow gel on one eyebrow because I still wanna show the clear one as well. So we'll put this one on my right eyebrow. I like the formula of this. I do have a couple comments on like the shade. I'm just gonna get a lot of the excess off here and start this in the middle of my brow, and then I like to brush the front of my brows upwards. I do this throughout my whole brow, but towards the end I kind of like put the brows into place more, the brow hairs. So there's what it looks like. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of this, not because of the formula. I feel like it just makes my brows a step too dark. Like compared, I like this lightness a lot better. I don't really like my eyebrows to be this dramatic. So the formula of this is very like thick and it's not sticky, but it's like a little bit waxy feeling. Like right now it kind of just feels like I put a wax in my brow. It's not crunchy or wet. It's more of one of those, like I said, waxy formulas. I'll let it dry and then describe sort of how it finishes. But on this side, I'm going to do the clear version, which, I mean, how beautiful is this packaging? It's so nice, has this exact same applicator and everything. This is also called Air Brow, but it's the Clear Lifting Treatment Gel. It says a clean, clear brow gel boosted by hair care actives that fluffs, lifts, and set brows in place while helping brows reach their full growth potential. It has the same ingredients, biodegradable microfibers, B5, tripeptide, hyaluronic acid, and trehalose, hydrates and conditions hair. So it has a few extra ingredients than the other one. Oh, I didn't realize I had this. Oh, they actually have 10 shades of the brow products. I think this is pretty helpful. They have this on their website, so I'm using the taupe one. You can't even see this, can you? They have a light warmer one, which is honey blonde, and then all these other shades. I also love this lovely woman right here. They have a gray shade, which I feel like not a lot of brow products have for some reason, which is amazing. Also, if you have like blonde hair, like dyed super light, and you like tone it to be very cool, you might love the gray brow pencil. Or if you just feel like taupe is never cool enough for you, you might want to try that one. I think the shades that they did are great. Most brow products usually only have like 3 or 4, which is usually not enough. So really cool that they did that. Anyway, let's get to this clear brow gel, which I've much preferred over the tinted one. I'm using the same technique, just setting my brows into place and then like fluffing up the fronts. So there's the clear one, which I much prefer. I really just wish that the taupe shade was a little bit lighter. I just like would really love it if it wasn't as dark as it is. So now that this one is dried down, it's a really comfortable feeling on the brows. It's not at all crunchy, which the brow gel that I used to use all the time, the NYX Control Freak, this one is very liquidy and it dries super hard, which personally I don't mind. But this one is not crunchy at all. It feels really set down, like nothing's gonna move, but it doesn't feel like tight or crunchy or any of that weirdness. I will let this one dry down, but it has the same texture where it feels like it's gonna hold everything in place without being or like looking shiny or giving you that like plasticky looking brow, if you know what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna have one weird dark eyebrow for the rest of the day. It's all good. That was all for my little try-on of these products. I really enjoy all of these. Again, the Air Brow tinted one, I wish they had. I wonder if the honey blonde is lighter, but I feel like it might be too warm because I still like my brow gels cool toned. But anyway, the Brow Pop brow pencils, I really enjoy them. I think if you're looking for a new brow pencil, you wouldn't be disappointed in these. Like I mentioned before, I will have to continue testing them out, but I feel like I would probably repurchase this. I really like the formula. It's super smooth. It's faster than my other brow pencils, and I just really like how it looks, and I like how it has the like brow hair ingredients in it as well. For the tinted, what are these called? Air Brow. I like the formula. I just don't love the shade, as I mentioned. I don't personally wear products like this on my like bare eyebrows because I don't have a lot of hair there to begin with. But if you have thicker brows and you don't really need a ton of filling in and you wanted something like really quick, I feel like this would be the perfect product for you. Or if you like Glossier boy brow type products, this is like exactly the same thing. I think it's even better than Glossier boy brow. Just looks a little bit more natural in my opinion. And then the clear brow gel I think is really nice. Now that it's dried down, it has a similar feeling to the tinted one. Really nice and light, solid brow option. I would definitely grab this over my NYX one. This one is like pretty shiny and hard, so I would definitely go for this if I want my brows to look more natural. So that was it for my review of the new Kosas Brow collection. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this new launch below. Are you interested in these products? Are you kind of like, nah, I got my already favorite brow products on hand, I don't really need a new one? I think honestly this collection was a hit for me. Like I mentioned, Kosas is usually pretty hit or miss. I think this collection is really nice, and I definitely see myself reaching for these a lot to do my brows. Basically every day I've been using them. So thank you for tuning in. If you want to shop these products, it's on the Kosas website, the Credo Beauty website, and Sephora, but Sephora is having their like spring sale soon. If you wanted to hold off, maybe wait for that. I'll of course have a video on that, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. and turn on your post notifications. But thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.